Well, when we had a story about all the fake news that we want to combat based on the series we're undertaking, and one of my friends, Salif Komba, said he wanted two of the roles of the hemp. That was that was very funny. We'll see how it goes. Mamavi, we're having all the series about combating fake news.
Yeah, absolutely, which is very important. I like it, and I didn't think somebody would think that if you smoke marijuana, you'll be immune to this virus. Really, really strange that that's somebody's thinking. But I hope that we've been able to, clear things up for you. If you were thinking that way too, perhaps if you're buying into that idea, now you know it will kill you even faster than the virus. All right, Roland, it's finally Friday. Let's do the newspapers. I'll start with the Daily Graphic newspaper front page. This is a picture that I've seen. It was captured by one of the newspapers yesterday. The picture of ACP Kwesi Ofori, who is the Director of Operations of the Accra Regional Police Commander, advising a hawker. Roland, I saw it yesterday, refresh my memory. It was captured in one of the papers, except that it wasn't on the front page. But you see it on your screen shortly, that picture there. No mask, no entry measure enforced in Accra. Also, government direct 2 companies to start talks on new oil fields. Invest in information dissemination, Kufuor urges African leaders. And the banner headline, stimulus for 200,000 businesses, 600 million Ghana cedis to empower operations. That's the front page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. If you check the center spread, well, essentially the no mask, no entry measure enforced in Accra. You see some policemen enforcing the directive in the central business districts of Accra. Details there says with an increasing number of people testing positive for COVID-19 in the country, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly has stepped up measures to enforce the wearing of nose masks by residents, particularly in the central business districts of the city, including the market. Also prepare for post-COVID-19 challenges. That's a call from the European Union. Ghana has been urged to prepare for post-COVID-19 challenges that may occur after the pandemic in order not to be overtaken by events. And importers, freight forwarders undergo training in new clearance system in Tema. On the back page, mob attacks at Dabraka police station, 3 cops injured. One of the bizarre stories that you would hear. This is a bit of the details. 3 policemen were injured and 4 vehicles damaged when a mob attacked the Dabraka police station in Accra last Wednesday. The mob also dumped the lifeless body of a man believed to be aged between 35 and 40 years at the charge office of the police station. As of press time yesterday, the police were yet to establish the cause of the attack. So this is more of, just picture this. They stormed the police station, angry that the police may have caused the death of somebody in the community. So they brought along with them to the police station the dead body of this person, and dumped the dead body in the police station, and decided to assault all the officers they saw, all the policemen at the police station at the time, and just left the body and left the police station. This is
very bizarre.
Yeah.
I think they should be held accountable for this. They should face the law appropriately, full rigors of the law, as we say it. And look.
Yeah, and the suspicion of the police, let's just bring a bit of that. So a policeman had gone to a garage at Ordona, a community within Adabraka, to take delivery of his vehicle, which he had taken to a mechanic for repairs. The policeman walked towards the garage. An unidentified man jumped into the Odo River, seemingly on seeing the uniformed policeman. The Nima Divisional Police Commander, who's narrating this incident, said the policeman suspected that the man thought that he, the policeman, was there to arrest him. Almost immediately after the man jumped into the river, a group of young men emerged from the community, assaulted the policeman, and tore his uniform. He was, however, rescued by 2 of his colleagues, and he later reported the incident at the Adabraka police station, claiming that he could identify his assailants. So a bit of the backstory there for you. But this is all being narrated by the police. So this is the police angle to what had happened. Also, UNICEF supports COVID-19 fights. Also another story on the back page of the Daily Graphic newspaper.
A finder lady.
Yes, I'm a finder lady. So why don't we just follow up with a finder? On the front page of the finder, 5.06 billion Ghana cedis paid to the poor citizens, 2.1 billion Ghana cedis paid in cash, 2.95 billion paid in bonds, cash payment for 98% of 290,000 depositors. NPP donates to National Chief Imam and Muslim community. Ghana's confirmed cases of COVID-19 peaked on April 25, according to Dr. Bedu Sarkodie of the Ghana Health Service. And this is what has been generating the controversy. And they had to be clarified with the graphs finally coming out yesterday. Well, some people are still a bit unsettled. But what have we been told? To trust the system, right? If we have to win the fight, we've got to trust the system. Yeah. Cabinet examines COVID-19 impacts and recovery measures. That's how it looks like by way of what's covered on the front page of the paper. But the story that needs to be highlighted is on page 5 in the Finder. It says NCCE needs resources to undertake COVID-19 education. Scores of civil society organizations have called on the government to resource the National Commission for Civic Education to enable it educate the public on the novel coronavirus, also known as COVID-19. We know they're woefully under-resourced, the NCCE. And let's do the Ghanaian Times. That's the next paper, the Ghanaian Times, front page. Ghana's COVID-19 positive cases decline as she scores 3,019 confirmed cases, 18 deaths, and 303 recoveries, according to the Ghana Health Service. There's a picture of the director, Dr. Patrick Kuma Abowaji. Still on COVID-19, stimulus package for businesses, 200,000 SMEs to receive 600 million Ghana cedis. Chief Imam urges MPP NDC to collaborate to fight COVID-19. We want Ghana state to progress. We want Ghana state to progress peacefully. That's according to Ni Obedru the first. Details of that also in the paper today. Center Spread has got details of what's on the front page, but there's a story: cabinet retreats underway to review COVID-19 impact on economy. A 3-day cabinet retreat is underway to review data gathered on the impact of the novel coronavirus on all sectors of Ghana's economy and develop measures to address challenges. Speaking at a press briefing in Accra yesterday, Information Minister Kojo Ponkroma said the meeting would enable cabinet to discuss the impacts and proposed recommendations to build the economy. All right, let's finish up with the back page of the Times. UK-based Ghanaian doctors, dentists give PPE worth 52,500 Ghana cedis to 3 entities. Is on the back page of the Ghanaian Times. 3 Chinese also donate items worth 35,000 Ghana cedis to New Life Children's Home. The last paper, before Roland comes in with what he's got, your pull him down can't destroy me, alluded to NDC. This is not a man who keeps
Very
quiet.
fascinating.
This is not a man who keeps quiet. I think they should have just let him be, really. NPP picks 2020 campaign team. Mark Menu still leads the charge. Well, congratulations to Mr. Peter Makmenu. So you see the team on the front page of the Daily Statesman: Peter Makmenu, Efua Sabia Sari, Mustafa Hamid, John Boydu, Lord Kome, Sami Ewuko. I guess no surprises there. More Mahama lies exposed. Rwanda, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire benefiting from IMF COVID-19 support. And they've got some spots on the back page on coronavirus. Germany's Bundesliga to resume behind closed doors on 16th of May. Yaya Toure backs Didier Drogba's bid for Ivorian FA president. Oh, Didier Drogba wants to be Ivorian FA president. I will fly there to support him. I'm not sure why. Maybe because
well, there was the election that was first convened, and then subsequently he lost. And look, there was something that happened, Mamavi. All his former colleagues, those who played with him, and those who played for the national team, who are administrators but former players, did not vote for their kind. But it's for good reason. And if you look at the history of this very current election, you get to find that the one that Didier Drogba was contesting against was somebody who had been endorsed by the former FA boss and had actually, learned through the ranks.
Yeah.
So, football administration is not the same as just being a former player. You also need to go through the ropes and make sure you learn or hone your trade.
Yeah.
Kind of.
They still continue to say that the Didier Drogba still is not getting support from the former players.
Yes.
So this will be a tough one, right? What can we do as Ghanaians to support him so he wins? I don't know. I want to see him do
there's
something
nothing.
else,
It's only accolades you can get. That's all. You have no power because you're not a delegate when it comes to the votes.
Yeah. So the incumbent is likely to win, isn't it? Well,
Yeah,
maybe people will change their minds.
Not that he's the incumbent. He's been part of the old administration.
No.
So kind of.
Okay. Well, all right, that's it for the Daily Statement. Roland, roll.
Well, let's go to the Observer. Has on the front page, Sayo as Alotejikos fires NDC over suspension.
What does Sayo mean? Like Sayo is, because I hear...
we told you kind of. Sayo. As Matthew and Alotejikos fires NDC over suspension saga. We already do know that the host of the program had been quoted in sections of the media saying that, look, Alotejikos had sacrificed, will come from Cape Coast, the central regional capital, to appear on the program for that slot, and he's a good commentator, has great experience. And
he gives them good content.
And so the production team will decide who becomes.
No, but that's how it works. You see, you don't always run to the political parties to give you a representative or a resource person. Your production team will look around and see, for the conversation that you're going to have, who is a better resource person to have. Well, and it's your choice. Unless you put an embargo on your party representatives and tell them, listen, if they call you, don't go unless the directive is coming from us. But they are very independent people, like Alotejikos, for instance. You can call him. You're not calling him because he's an NDC person. You're calling him because you know he can contribute greatly to the discussion that you're having. And he will give you the sound bites. So, hello.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That's somebody who produces programs. So
I think that if a political party is going to take a step, you've got to step back a bit and think about the move that you're making.
In terms of the repercussions.
Yeah. I mean, I can call Alotejikos not because he's an NDC person or he's the suspended former chairman of the central region of the party, but it's because he's a citizen. He's a Ghanaian. And he's abreast with all the national issues, and he can contribute. Yeah.
Charlie, something tells me you've had this debate elsewhere.
Which one is that? No, I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't.
Okay, so we have the other stories on the front page of the Ghanaian Observer. McBain, who heads MPP's election 2020 campaign. We have coronavirus update. Ghana's positive case count declining according to the Ghana Health Service. We brought you that live right here on the channel when the briefing was taking place on Thursday. We have other stories also dominating the front page. Straight away, let's tell you what is put on the screens, the front page of the Daily Dispatch newspaper. John Boadu now declares MPP will not handpick parliamentary candidates. The story is on the back page, and it indicates a comment or an emphatic statement that the General Secretary of the ruling MPP has made, and says, look, nobody will be given the free chance. Democracy will be the winner at the end of the day. Kwesi Appiah to drag Ghana to FIFA over 185,000 US dollar debt. I think he's old. He has to be paid. It's simple as that. Ghana's top 10 vocal female MPs in 2019. And the vocal MPs are all there. And you find a number of them. There's Abena say Asari, Tiwa East, and Eslo Kufu. We have Ladi Ayi Ayemba, MP for Pusega, Elizabeth Afolekwe, Member of Parliament for Krowo, and then Sophia Karen Akwaku, Member of Parliament for Domiabra Obom constituency. On the back page, there's again another spread or flash of the publication on Thursday. If MPP handpicks parliamentary candidate, Akufo-Addo could lose. So I guess the editor wants to tell you that, look, he was giving the caution. At the end of the day, the General Secretary of the MPP says that's how it's going to be. Let's go to the Daily Guide. Daily Guide has on the front page, I didn't kill Mills, says Mahama. Daily Guide. And we also do know that there was an interaction the former president had on his Facebook page, or said he would have on his Facebook page, and I'm sure it's from where they quelled all this to do this publication. But already, the legal representatives of the former president had made a report to the police CID for investigations to be made into this. Attached also was a video when Abronye appeared on the TV. Now we have COVID-19 hits over 3,000. Attached is a picture of the health minister. Fomena Kumeu Hospital's contractor back to work. As a good thing. Good news for residents in Fomena and Kumeu, especially as their chiefs had been advocating for a return to work of the contractors. Minority MPs cry over COVID-19 response. There was a whole news conference that also engendered a lot of debate in the media subsequently, especially on Joy FM, right here also on JoyNews, with a lot of discussion, leading members of the minority commenting subsequently. Back page of the Daily Guide, we do have Asamoah beats them all in Asia Champions League, and then COVID-19 yellow card for spitting, so it's now not allowed. So if you know that for example, the league that is going to resume, there are 9 matches to be played in the Bundesliga before the season comes to a close, and then a new one starts, and by next week we're hoping that that league will resume. No spitting any player. And as if just to emphasize this, an image of this should be Mahrez, right? Mahrez plays for Manchester City, spitting. Sputum. All right. It is disgraceful to pay me in COVID-19 period, and it's good that Cadiz defender Rafael Jimenez, Jack Farley, has said it will be disgraceful for him to be paid by his club. It means that he's empathizing with the club as well. That's a good thing for many players to undertake. There's something interesting, Mama View, on the front page of the Go Street Business, and it talks about how the cedi depreciation has resumed because we're having demand of exports or imports from China. And if you look at the data internationally, there's wider indication that Chinese exports are rising, because data available is already indicating that global export from China unexpectedly grew by some 3.5% year on year in April, in defiance of the market expectations of a 12.1 percentage plunge or decline, and an actual 6.6% fall, as would have been the prediction, or was a prediction for March, but this didn't happen. Rather, you found a 3.5% demand, and that's look, this was the first growth in overseas sales since December 2019 for China, and it's affecting our city. And talking about the city, we have rates on the front page of the Go Street Business, and well, if you want to buy the US dollar, it's going for 5.5. You're selling, they'll buy it at 5.6 from you, and the pound sterling is being bought. If you're somebody in Ghana, you want to buy it on the market, 6.8. They'll buy it from you, 6.9 or 6.8 subsequently. All right.
Yes, sir?
I am through.
All
There's
right.
a story about GRA pilot rename Unipass at Port. Yeah.